In the heart of ancient Jerusalem, a chilling discovery emerged from the dust of centuries. An ominous warning, scrawled on a lintel, declared, "Everyone who enters this tomb dies within a year." This was no ancient superstition to be dismissed lightly. In 2019, an archaeological team unearthed this inscription during a routine dig. Despite the stark threat, the researchers, driven by scientific curiosity, proceeded with their excavation. What they uncovered was far more complex than any simple burial site. They found a layered burial, a veritable theological sandwich of history. The upper layer bore the unmistakable marks of early Christianity, adorned with Chi-Rho symbols and palm fronds, hinting at the resting place of martyrs. Beneath this, a pagan layer revealed defaced images of ancient gods, their power violently stripped away. The tomb defied typical archaeological expectations of neat, chronological strata. Instead, it presented a chaotic historical record, a jumbled narrative of belief and destruction. The oldest layer, dating back to the 1st century BCE, served as a shrine to Levantine underworld deities. These were believed to be Mot and Astarte, powerful figures associated with fertility, death, and rebirth. The imagery was stark: carved serpents coiled around a basin, clearly intended for libations. But a disturbing detail emerged. The serpents' heads had been deliberately snapped off, a clear act of intentional destruction. Centuries later, around 217 CE, the Christian layer was constructed. A second phase wall, ingeniously built from repurposed Herodian blocks, marked this transition. Evidence of Christian devotion was abundant, from plaster stained with candle soot to coiny Greek graffito prayers etched into the stone. One inscription stood out, a poignant testament to faith and sacrifice. Saint Nikon the Crossbearer, 119th year of the martyrs. This period coincided with Emperor Caracalla's brutal persecution of Christians, adding a somber historical context to the discovery. The tomb was not merely a resting place. It was a battleground of beliefs. The curse itself held a fascinating secret. Its writing was upside down, a classical trick designed to flip the curse onto anyone who dared to read it aloud. This ancient mechanism ensured its potency, turning a mere warning into an active spiritual weapon. The curse formula was chilling. May the watchers of the pit feast on your breath. This echoed ancient Syrian curse tablets, invoking Chisonic spirits from the underworld. These were not considered mere threats, but active, living spells, capable of inflicting real harm. Yet, the Christians who later occupied the tomb performed an extraordinary act of co-option. Evidence of this audacious move was found in a tiny, 8-pointed star, an early Christian symbol of resurrection, etched onto the very same stone as the pagan curse. This was no accident. The Christians were acutely aware of the curse's presence and its terrifying reputation. Instead of avoiding it, they repurposed it, transforming its malevolent energy. They spiritually reclaimed the pagan-protected space, making it their own. This act was a profound statement of faith. By moving into a cursed tomb, they declared that their god was stronger, capable of turning even the darkest magic into a guardian for their dead. The curse, once a deterrent, became an unwitting protector. Deep within the pit, the original fresco offered a glimpse into the gods who were cancelled. A goddess holding sheaves of wheat and poppies symbolized death, rebirth, and the harvest. Beside her, a male figure, the lion-headed god Mot, represented death itself. Together, they embodied the ancient agricultural cycle, the rhythmic dance of life and death. But this vibrant imagery was not to last. Christian iconoclasm, driven by the new faith's demand for exclusivity, targeted these rural deities. They became public enemy number one in the spiritual landscape. The method was a hostile takeover by masonry, a brutal repurposing of old holy spots. The defacement was violent and deliberate. The gods' faces were smashed, their eyes gouged out, and their features obliterated. This was not mere vandalism, but a ritualistic purification. Caustic lime was poured over the altar, and the chamber was sealed, burying the old gods under a new spiritual order. Into this newly claimed space moved the martyrs. The discovery of ossuaries, small limestone boxes used for secondary burial, confirmed their presence. One ossuary bore a poignant inscription: Judas, littlest of the apostles. Inside, the mixed bones of a 12-year-old boy were found. Forensic evidence revealed greenstick fractures on his ulna, consistent with defensive wounds. Nearby, an iron nail stained with human hemoglobin provided chilling evidence of crucifixion. The tomb, with its terrifying reputation, became a clandestine reliquary. Its purpose was clear: to serve as a safe haven for sacred remains. Roman officials, wary of the ancient curse, largely avoided the spot, inadvertently providing protection. Secret prayers, offerings, and micro-prayers etched onto the walls attested to pilgrim activity. The tomb became a hidden sanctuary, a place where the faithful could honor their dead away from prying eyes. It was a testament to the enduring power of belief, even in the face of persecution. Reading the layers of this tomb is like flipping through a comic strip, each panel telling a distinct story. Panel 1 depicts the pagan era, vibrant with gods, elaborate offerings, and an ancient, palpable power. It speaks of a world deeply connected to the cycles of nature. Panel 2 plunges into the era of iconoclasm, a violent rupture. Here we see the defacement, the chiseled eyes, the crossed-out names, a testament to the brutal clash of old and new faiths. It is a story of spiritual conquest. Panel 3 showcases Christian triumph, marked by new crosses, hearts, and the triumphant inscription, Visit Agnus Noster, meaning our Lamb has conquered. It signifies the establishment of a new spiritual order, built upon the ruins of the old. Material evidence provided crucial dating clues. The pagan art utilized egg tempera, a technique common in antiquity. The mutilation phase was characterized by the use of casein glue, indicating a later period of intervention. Finally, the Christian graffiti was applied with animal fat wax, further cementing the timeline of occupation. But the story of the cursed tomb does not end in antiquity. Since its discovery in 2019, a series of modern misfortunes has plagued the archaeological team. 3 members have died under unsettling circumstances. A numismatist suffered a sudden cardiac arrest. A graduate photographer was killed in a traffic collision. A local worker succumbed to septic shock after routine surgery. These events, though seemingly unrelated, cast a long shadow. An additional incident saw a fourth team member suffer a broken femur in a freak accident. The cumulative effect of these tragedies led the Israeli Antiquities Authority to suspend the dig, sealing the tomb once more. The question lingers: are these mere coincidences, or does the ancient warning still hold power? This tomb stands as a profound testament to religious change, illustrating the messy, often violent birth of a world religion. It is a narrative etched in stone, revealing the raw power of belief and the brutal realities of spiritual transformation. It highlights the intertwined nature of fear and faith, demonstrating how old traditions are not simply replaced, but often transformed and repurposed. The tomb is a microcosm of history, reflecting the broader human struggle for meaning and dominance. We invite you to engage with this narrative, to ponder its implications, and perhaps to share similar stories of ancient mysteries. The tomb's secrets refuse to stay buried, posing questions that resonate through the ages. Its enduring relevance challenges us to consider the unseen forces that shape our world, then and now. If you're as fascinated as I am by these incredible intersections of history, belief, and mystery, because let's be honest, the IAA can't keep that gate locked forever, then hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Thank you for your support, and please, drop any local stories you've heard about cursed ground, strange findings, or ancient warnings in the comments below. The algorithm absolutely loves engagement, and frankly, so do I. Let's keep this conversation going. Conclusion: history rarely hands us smoking gun moments. Those clear-cut instances when one worldview explicitly murders another, leaving an unambiguous crime scene. But the cursed tomb on the outskirts of Jerusalem? It's that rare, chilling exception. Smashed divinities lie beneath triumphant martyrs, all shrouded by an ancient curse meant to hush the entire affair, to keep its secrets buried forever. Whether the modern fatalities are grim coincidence or something older, something more potent stirring from the depths, the message remains the same. Some stories, particularly those etched in stone and blood, simply refuse to stay buried. The question now isn't just what happened then, but who gets to write the next layer on those walls? Who gets to interpret its meaning for our own tumultuous times? Thank you for watching. See you in the next adventure.